Hey guys, I'm Rogan and I'm sick. If you could bear with me with this video, I'm not feeling too good. A little bit of a cold, but I tested negative for COVID twice, so give you a little update. I'm all right. I'm okay. But yeah. So today I want to talk about like being aware of biases and like confirmation bias, different communities on YouTube and like their or different platforms that they push their ideology and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that it's all bad. Certain communities, there's some positive and negative with different communities and stuff like that. But sometimes if you feel a certain way and then you see a type of content that only talks about one thing and they just like harp on it, they double down, triple down, quadruple down. Like I used to do the legendary triple down with my friends. And like little story, I would eat a meal at Qdoba, the fast food Mexican place, and then I had some pizza at Kosi, and then I would go get some ice cream afterwards. So legendary triple down. But yeah, so if you like interesting content like this that you might want to learn something, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It helps grow the channel. And if you want to see more crazy videos from this guy, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and that notification bell might work. It might not. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section down below about this topic. So let's get more into it. So I've talked about the red pill on this channel before, and they preach certain good things like self improvement, like going to the gym is great, like going on a walk or doing some exercises in your room, anything that you want to do, like eating better, working hard and pursuing your career or passion or hobbies, and try to turn your hobbies into careers or jobs. And I think that's great. I think that's a lot of great stuff. But they not all are bad. They're not. I'm not saying all of them are bad, but they like to paint women in this type of light where like, oh well, the vast majority of them are useless and they're not worth your time and they're just bad news. And they harp on the negative a lot. And I like to find the positive in certain situations. I still believe that there are good, nice, genuine people out there. Of course there is. Of course there's bad people out there. There's bad men. There's bad women. Of course there is. But you can't. I mean, I don't agree with them saying like, oh well, the vast majority of them are terrible. They're not. I mean, both sexes or all the other genders and stuff like that have their positives and negatives, and I mean, but it's important that you vet someone, like you do your homework, you figure out what they're about, what their standards are, their lifestyle, their values and stuff like that. Like if you if you like a certain lifestyle and that's what you're attracted to, go for it. But if you want a different lifestyle, then do that. So yeah, so there's positives and negatives with that community, and then also now jumping over to the next one is the prepper community, and they preach a lot of good stuff. It's good to have cash on hand, precious metals, food and water, security, um, jet boils, flashlights, anything that you can prepare for, like emergencies and stuff like that. That's great. But when you hear people say, "Well, you shouldn't have any money in the bank, or you should have just the minimum amount to pay bills," um, that may work for some people, but other people it might not. You could live in a dangerous area and you can't really store a lot of things like where you actually live. It might be safer in a bank, um, but I think it's good to have things with you and in the bank just as like redundancy, so to make sure like if you end up getting screwed over at home, then you have something in the bank to fall back on, and vice versa. Like if the bank does a bail-in, which is very possible, they could take all your assets in the bank, or and then you have something at home to fall back on, and it's important. And yeah, so there's you want to avoid an echo chamber because you don't want to be brainwashed and believe everything that someone might say. Because if you find one person that says something like, if you find someone who says all of this stuff that confirms what you're kind of already thinking, and you find another person, another person, another person, and you find this whole community of very similar creators, you could get sucked into a rabbit hole and you'd be like, oh, it could really influence the way you're thinking. So what I'm trying to do with this video is really just take a step back and then forward, and just think for yourself, like really, because I don't believe 100% what anybody says, and then me, if you're watching this video, I appreciate it, but don't don't believe 100% of everything I say either. Just do your own research and your own due diligence. You know, you don't want to be brainwashed. You don't want to have someone else think for you. You want to think for yourself. And another thing, I was watching this video the other day. Like this guy, I'm not even gonna mention his name. He was talking about like, oh, the qualities of an NPC and how you can spot one in in society and stuff like that. And yeah, there are some people who are very addicted and they can't take their head up from their phones and they have no spatial awareness and they don't see where they're going. Obviously, they don't have any awareness. But there's plenty of people who can do, like, they can look at their phone and be aware of where they are at the same time and stuff like that. And just because you have your headphones in doesn't make you an NPC. Like, it doesn't, just because you're listening to music. Like, I went to the mall today and I walked about 5.5 miles, and I had my headphones in almost the whole time, but I was more aware of everyone around me than some of these people who were just walking without anything in, or not even looking at their phones. Like, they're not paying attention. It doesn't, I mean, it bothers me a little, but I mean, I can't let it get to me because, you know, that's just normal people. Like, not, like, I was probably the only one there for a walk. Everyone else was there, you know, probably spending money they don't have on credit cards. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Maybe half of them actually did have the real money. But anyway, that's what you came for, the rant. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I enjoyed making it, and it took me a little while to figure out a topic that I wanted to talk about. So I hope you guys liked the content. You know what to do. If you don't like it, smash that dislike button. It gives me a chance to improve, make better content, make more content, and then just get better overall with what I'm doing. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day. I'll see you next time.